Hey everybody, it is Coach's Corner with a new twist. It's a new season. It is winter, it is basketball season, and this year we're going to bring you Coach's Corner with Coach Mike Myers. We're going to have Trevor Thompson on with the girls every other week. Really excited about this. It's the first time we've done basketball for Coach's Corner, and I'm really excited for you guys to get to know Mikey here. Our family's known him for years, not just when he's been the head basketball coach here of Grantsburg, but many years before that, and I'm excited for you guys to get to know him a little bit. I know you see him on the sidelines at basketball games and whatnot, and you probably know him out and about, but this is going to be a lot of fun. So thanks for doing this.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Bob.
Yeah, absolutely. So when did you take over? It was Nick Hallberg, and then you took
so
over?
I took over, it would have been, what was that, 2021, 22?
Okay,
So kind of just pretty simple transition. You know,
Yeah.
we didn't have a lot of kids that year, but, you know, I'd coached those guys for, you know, the previous 6 years, those two seniors, Zach and Carson.
Oh, right. Zach Miller and Carson Knutson. I think, as parents do, you think in terms of what age your kid was at certain points. So my Zach was a sophomore, I think, when you took over.
Yep.
So he got 1 year with Nick and then last 3 years with you. So let's talk about last year. And since I just mentioned Zach was the base. There were a few seniors on the team last year, but Zach had a lot of playing time and a lot of
minutes
points.
for 3 years.
Yeah, a lot of minutes for 3 years.
Yep.
So he will be missed, I think, on the team. But you guys have 3 guys who are coming back that are starters.
Yep. And then, you know, we'll kind of have to fill in. You know, we'll have to see. I mean, we're a little short on the rotation right now, but you know, a lot of guys that are, you know, 14 freshmen out this year, so you got a lot of hungry kids in the gym this year.
14 freshmen.
14 freshmen.
That's got to be about the biggest
I think that's a record.
Holy smokes, that's half.
Yeah, that's more than half. It's 2/3 of the team.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, they've been, you know, pretty much all of them started that first week, you know, even with football going to state, and they've had, you know, and I've been saying it the last 2 days, we're ready to play.
Yeah.
It's been 3 weeks of practice.
Caleb came home just perturbed last night. I just want to go play. I'm tired of practice. I just want to go out there and play because you guys.
Yep, I'm with them. 100%. I'm tired of watching them practice.
I would be too. I would want to get out there. But your first game is tomorrow night. I know we're kind of jumping.
Friday night.
Yeah, it's Friday night. I'll probably put this out Thursday, but we're recording this Wednesday night after practice. Jersey handout night, always chaos. Anyway, so Birchwood is a non-conference game coming up on Friday. In Birchwood, so a little bit of a trek. Nothing like the girls had last night.
Yeah, it's an hour trek, but maybe hour 15. You know,
Sure.
I was kind of glancing through the records, and I don't. If maybe one time we've played them. So new opponent. You know, they play in the opposite, the East Lakeland.
The East Lakeland, right?
You know, and return a couple good players. We watched them last night, and you know they got hot in the second half, and they were able to beat Northwood, who last year, you know, first time we played them, beat us by 20. So, you know, certainly a capable team.
Let's go back to last year, because last year was a crazy year, I thought. Like, I felt like we had...
it was two different years. We started off really slow and then came on strong, and then, you know, got beat by a tough Cumberland team.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Cumberland has one of the best players around, and they were a good team. Yeah, I thought you guys, we had a chance in the playoffs there. But, yeah, it really picked up steam second half of the year. We did finish, 4th or 5th in the conference.
Fifth.
Okay, and there were many games that it was like, gosh,
wish we had them back.
Could have won that game, should have won that game.
Seems like that's every year, though.
Well, that's basketball. That's good, and we're, you know, you learn from that. But this year, what do you see this year as far as give us a little big picture of the West Lakeland and where you guys fit in? Because there's one publication said you guys are going to win it all. So
and you know, there's still, you know, Unity will still be in the mix, and you know, Clear Lake had we had a couple dog fights with them last year, and they returned everybody. Yeah. Shell Lake returned most of their guys too. You know, I watched them play. They beat Chautauqua last night, a team that a couple years ago took us out. So
yeah, that's right.
You know, the top half. You know, I think we're in that top half again, and you know, definitely hoping to be in the mix for a conference title.
Yeah, I think that's realistic aspirations. I mean, maybe get a home game or two for the playoffs.
That'd be nice.
It's a long time from now. A lot can happen between now and then, but that would be nice to have a couple home games in February, March. Let's back way up. So tell us a little bit about you. You're not a teacher. You don't work in school. What do you do for a living?
So I work at a local company called E&M Machine. We're a machine shop, and I kind of manage the day-to-day and set up machines and just kind of make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to do.
Right on. Even the owner.
Even the owner.
Yeah, probably.
Yep, I got to keep him in line.
Okay. Who's the owner?
It's my dad.
Okay. How long have you been doing that, Mike?
I've been there 11 years now.
Okay. All right.
So it'll be 12 years in May.
Gotcha. Very cool.
So yeah, about as long as I've been back. I tried the college thing. Wasn't really for me. I've been there ever since. So.
Okay. Right on. And then you've been basically coaching since you moved back then too.
And small little tidbit. My first year as a coach, I was actually a senior in high school.
Oh.
I didn't play junior or senior year, but I did coach. It was a fourth grade group. Tristan Brewer, Tony Breton. So my first kind of dive into coaching, I was blessed with some pretty good athletes.
Yeah. No, you can just say it. So, like you made them the players that they became.
As a coach, I kind of take Nick Hallbergs because I coached with Nick for many years.
Okay.
Players can take the credit, and I'll just kind of be good with all of the how do you say it? Just all of the negative aspects of the game where I'll take the blame.
Okay, right on. Well, that leads me into my next question then. What is, how would you describe your coaching style?
So I've described, I'm probably a little more old school, kind of, adjusting to kind of how the game is. Going back to coaching Carson, I don't think I let him shoot a three-pointer until high school.
Oh, wow.
So, but the game, that's kind of how it is now. It's a lot of pace and space.
Yeah.
I would like it to be more of a grind-it-out kind of game. Play through the big guys and hit open shots, that kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting because you are adjusting. You're not trying to force that.
Yep, I can't force it because we got a lot of guys this year that willing and capable shooters and. A couple guys that can do some stuff on the inside, but the game is definitely more perimeter oriented.
Okay, yeah. So that's interesting because again, we've got a pretty tall team, a little shorter than last year, but you still got Jaden's at what 6'5",
6'5",
Caleb's 6'3", he says.
Yeah, he's
6'2", probably.
Yep, 6'2", I think. Yeah.
Don't tell anybody I said that. We just met. We have an annual measuring in our pantry, you got the boards.
Right on the board.
Zach was home, so we did the measuring. And then you got to get the tape measure out to see. Caleb did grow like 3 inches, but he ain't 6'3" yet. He will be at some point. But anyway, way off track. Okay, so you've got some tall guys, so you should be able to, have an inside game maybe. But a couple of those guys like to shoot
be
outside.
On the perimeter.
Yeah, they like to get out there.
And speaking of, Caden or Caleb and Jaden, and they're effective on the outside, but they're also just as effective if they can get inside and use their length and athleticism to score.
Yeah, both of those guys can shoot kind of anywhere. They're three-level
players. Yeah.
So that's kind of nice.
Yep.
Having two of those guys is pretty great. So, and I know defense is always a big deal. Rebounding. How does the team look?
We've kind of spent the bulk of our time, on the offensive end through these first couple weeks. Just has been a lot of install because we're doing some new stuff this year. Today we did a lot of looks at zones because that's kind of what we're thinking Birchwood's going to play, and just kind of in general, kind of the smaller conference teams we'll probably see zones. But I've been really pleased with how we've played with good energy and good communication. Especially on the defensive end of the floor. That's been good to see.
That's great.
A lot more offense, like I said, but when we've had defensive breakdown stuff, it's been a lot of communication in the gym, and, that's usually the biggest thing about playing defense is just telling guys where you're at.
Communication.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool because like we alluded to earlier, it's you get tired of going against the same guys over and over in the same gym and nobody in the gym, and it'll be nice to get them out there, get some game feel and feedback and stuff, something to watch of yourself and improve that way. Pretty cool this year. You've got this gym and the new gym up at the elementary school, which makes it so...
No more late practices.
No more late practices. That's great for the teams. It's great for the families. Do you have late or early practices? That's really nice. So thank you, everybody who the community who voted for the referendum.
Yep.
It's really nice to have both of those gyms available, and then the middle school can just
the middle school,
have the
middle school,
exactly.
all the middle school games, and
very nice.
Works out really nice.
Tell me a little bit about, you're in a, I wouldn't say it never happens, but in a unique spot where you're coaching alongside, or your brother is coaching alongside you. Tyler is the JV coach, assistant head coach. Tell us a little bit about that dynamic.
We've got a pretty good yin and yang thing going. I tend to be, a little bit more ornery and.
Are you gruff?
A little more gruff.
Are you the Grinch?
Maybe not quite that far.
Okay,
but,
we're between gruff and Grinch.
Yeah,
gotcha.
And Ty's kind of a calming influence.
Okay.
And, he's usually pretty calm on the sidelines. I try to, I don't get as excited as the kids do too. Because I've always kind of had, that play happened. You guys go ahead and be as hype as you want to be, but I know that there's another play that's got to happen.
I think that's 99% true, but I've watched some highlights back where I've seen you jump a little bit.
That's usually at the officials, though.
Yeah, maybe that's true. Yeah, you've gotten after some officials before, I'm sure. Every head coach has, but it's part of the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's really cool that you and Tyler get to do stuff together. I know I get to do We Are Grantsburg with my brothers. This is good stuff that you get to hang out, and you guys are phenomenal. I got to catch a little bit of practice here today, and just really well run, and lots of teaching going on, and there were so many kids in here. That's a great
it's
fantastic.
Problem to have. It's a good problem to have. It's gonna. He's got his hands full with the JV, getting reps for a lot of guys.
That's the thing. Got to get minutes in there.
Yeah, there's going to be a full bench of JV kids this year. So
all right. So let's see. Christmas is coming, and what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Favorite Christmas movie? Probably It's a Wonderful Life.
Ooh, you are old school.
I am, yeah. We watch it every year as a family.
Yes,
so.
That's awesome. Any other?
The classic. We got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Santa Claus Coming to Town.
Sure.
Yeah, so I've seen a few.
Yes, we love doing that. We do, like the kids love Elf. We all love Elf and Christmas Vacation we just watched, and of course It's a Wonderful Life. Renee's family introduced us to Holiday Inn, Christmas in Connecticut. We love all these movies. Christmas in Connecticut. I mean, there's a ton of them.
Oh, yeah. I'm forgetting a whole bunch of them.
I know. Sure. It's fantastic. So anyway, that's awesome. A fresh start, a new season. You guys start finally on Friday. It seems like you guys, every other year, you're like almost Christmas before you get your first game. But it's almost here, so just a couple more practices and one more practice.
Yep. And if it was up to me, we wouldn't practice, but we need to practice.
Gotcha.
Done so many practices.
Very good. Did the long football season throw a wrench into things?
It did, because that first week, like I said, football, which is pretty much the entire varsity, was still playing football. To having that opportunity to go to Madison. There's no way I was said, oh, no, you can't go play football.
Right,
You've got to play it's basketball season, as much as I love it.
Yeah.
But, so that, it just kind of turned these practices that we've had, it's just been a lot of information thrown at them.
Yeah.
And they've handled it great.
Awesome. Good. Well, we're looking forward to watching you guys this year. It's an exciting up-and-coming group. I think the sky's the limit for you guys. I mean, if this team can play as a team, you've got what it takes to make a dent in the conference and make a dent in the playoffs. So we're really looking forward to watch you guys. So
we're ready to go.
All right. Well, that's head coach of the Grantsburg Pirates boys basketball team, Michael Myers. Appreciate your time, Mikey, and we will get Trevor Thompson, the new girls. No, not the new girls. Second, third, whatever. Trevor Thompson, first time on Coach's Corner. We'll say that next week on Coach's Corner. So for Mike, I'm Bob. Thanks for watching, and come out and see the team.
Yep. Thank you.